this is Gian Roberts, and I want to welcome you to this broadcast. Today I'm going to talk about the life is like a season, and this is a little different video because I'm going to talk about personal development and talk about your life in general and some of the things you should consider about life and your situation. Hold on here, I'm trying to pull up my video window. Alright, so if you don't know who I am, my name is Gian Roberts. I wrote a book called Retire Younger, and I talk to people on a daily basis about what retire younger means and how you can kind of develop a passive income on the side, part-time, in spare time, whenever, to replace your active income. So that's what I mean by retire younger. Retirement is not an age, right? Retirement is not, when I turn 65, I'm going to retire. It shouldn't be an age, right? And it also shouldn't be an income, right? Well, when I make $1 million, I'm going to retire. So it's neither, okay? Retirement should be the day that your passive income replaces or surpasses your active income. That's my definition of retirement, right? And so when you have a passive income and you have no worries about how your bills are going to be paid, then that's the day that you can officially say I'm retired. Because even people that I've talked to that are in retirement, have this limited income, right? They have this limited income, even though they have all this time. They have a limited income that doesn't grow over time. That's stagnant, right? It's always going to be the same amount every single month for the rest of their life, right? That's not what I'm talking about when I'm talking about passive income, right? I'm talking about an income that every month it's enough to sustain and pay your bills and a little bit extra, and plus it's going to grow over time. So over time you're going to the monthly income's going to grow. So you could literally retire at any age if you just learned how to develop your own passive income system. So we call it cash flow income system, so that you could do what you want, when you want, whenever you want. All right. So a lot of people feel stuck, right? A lot of people feel stuck in their situation because they were brought up that way, right? They were brought up thinking that to go out, go to school, get a good job, save up for 40 years and retire at age 65. That's the model that the society has preached for decades, right? And so a lot of times these people are working in a job or they have a business, and even the business can be stagnating, right? Can you hit a certain plateau and the business doesn't grow, and there's other issues that expenses that come out of business as well that were unexpected or weren't planned for. So when you're in this situation, a lot of times you become negative. You become you put a wall up. You think that you're the only one going through the situation. I'm trying to think back of what I felt when I was in that situation, when I felt stuck in my situation. You feel like no matter what you do, you're never going to climb that corporate ladder to get to the next level, and you're always being told what to do, when to be there, you're never sure if you did everything correctly, and you know that your boss is going to be on your back because you forgot something or you didn't check the box or whatever it was, right? You made a simple mistake, and yet your boss blows it up to be this huge mistake. Oh, we're going to lose all this money, blah, 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 And then, nothing ever really comes of it. So you have all this worry and stress that comes on that that's not even your stress. It's just somebody else's stress that's been put on your shoulders, right? Because they don't want to deal with it. And so those are situations where you feel stuck. And so you might have even tried to get unstuck. And so a lot of people go out and try to start an online business, right? Because that's the new fad. And but what happens is that a lot of times you start an online business and it is a fad, right? A lot of people might join this opportunity or might buy this product or service online, and you get a commission for that. But then that each product and service has a shelf life, right? It's a shelf life that ends up dying off, and then you don't have any income coming in, so you have to start all over from scratch. And I can't tell you the number of times that I've done that, right? Where I've gone out and it's like, all right, I'm making, $5,000 a month. I'm going to be set for life, right? And then, a few months later, people, stop making payments and die off, and they don't continue on with their membership. They don't do anything with their training, and the business just kind of dies, right? That has happened to me a number of times. And so what I did when I wrote the book, Retire Younger, was that I wanted to find a system that would last my entire lifetime, right? How can I develop a passive income that will last my entire lifetime? Now, Jim Rohn talks about life is like a season, right? And so if you follow his methodology, you can go to YouTube and find Jim Rohn. His last name is R-O-H-N, right? Jim Rohn. And he was a personal development mentor or speaker, right? And so he talks about life is like a season. So, life, if you go through the day and you don't realize that at the end of the day it's going to be nighttime, right? So just like a season, we got spring, summer, fall, and winter, right? If you don't realize that in the spring you're going to have a winter, then you really need to think about the winters. So the winters in your life can be very short and mild, or they can be very long and extended, right? So these winters in your life are times when things aren't going your way, when you feel stuck, when you don't have opportunities, when you just think the world's not on your side, right? And another mentor of mine, Abe Tommy, who passed away a few years ago, used to always tell me that when you're negative, the whole world is against you, and when you're positive, you own the whole world. The whole world is your oyster, right? So when you're in your winter of your life, you're pretty negative, right? You think that things aren't going to change, that there's no hope, there's no way out. And so you need to have the mental shift in your mind that this is just a season. Winter is a season that everybody goes through, right? You're going to have your ups and your downs. You're going to have your days and your nights. You're going to have the waves come in, the waves go out. So seasons happen to everyone, right? So you need to plan for the spring, right? So in the wintertime, it's the time to plan, right? It's the time to grow. It's the time to nurture your mind so that you can get unstuck. So this is the time that you need to get the knowledge and learn the action steps. So in the springtime, you're ready to plant. In the springtime, it's time to plant, right? So the springtime is new opportunities, new ways to think, new ways to grow, right? And so, but you don't harvest in the spring, right? You only plant the seed in the spring. So the springtime is the time to plant those seeds. So you're going to put the action steps in place. So in the springtime is the time to plant the seeds, right? So this is finding new partners, is going out and finding the capital to do investments. Is going out and finding the investments to purchase, and then doing all the action steps. The summer is the time when you're going to protect your seeds, right? You're going to protect those young plants that are coming up through the ground. In the summertime, you're going to protect them from the bugs, the weeds, and everything else, right? You're going to watch over your new opportunities to make sure that they're going to continue to grow, and you're going to get rid of the bad stuff, right? And so that's the summertime. Now in the fall is the harvest time. This is the time when you're going to reap your rewards that you planted in the spring. And so you want to make sure that you harvest and you build a reserve, right? You build a reserve in the fall, so that you know that winter's coming next, right? Winter's coming next. So you want to harvest. You want to make all your profits. You want to make sure that you're prepared for the winter, and that you have a reserve set aside so that you don't have to worry about the winter. And so you can make the winter shorter, right? You can make it less harsh, right? By knowing that everything's a cycle, everything's a season. Okay? So if you're stuck right now, if you're stuck in a situation where you don't feel like you can get out of it, now's the time to dig deep. Now's the time to figure out a plan to get you out of your situation. And so I'm going to show you a plan that you can get you out of that situation. Whether you want to act on that information, it's up to you. I'm going to present it to you anyways. And again, you can get more information and set up a free phone call and get a free copy of this book, Retire Younger, at retireyounger.us/call. And I'm going to go over some slides with you right now. Cut to them. All right. So we covered this. That retire younger means to replace your active income with passive income, and basically when it equals or is greater than your active income, those are the days that you can retire. And when you retire, you'll have no worries. That's the important thing. No worries about whether your bills are going to be paid and whether you're going to have enough money for next month, right? And you're going to have the time freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want, wherever you want. So that's going to allow you to develop your relationships. It's going to allow you time to develop your joy for life. It's going to give you the opportunities to do many things in life that you wanted to do, that you've been putting off for years because you were focused on how I'm going to make an income, right? At least that's the way it was for me. It was always like, okay, well, I want to do all this stuff, but I can't do it right now because I gotta make an income. I gotta support my family, right? So these three men are very influential in my development of this whole idea behind the retire younger concept. Retirement, like I said, is not an age, it's not an income, right? Retire younger means that your passive income replaces your active income and allows you to do the things that you always wanted to do without worry. That's basically what my definition is. So Brian Elwood is retired. He retired at age 30. He started out, working in a grocery store, and then he met a real estate investor who showed him how he can build a passive income with real estate. And he has rental properties in specific markets throughout the country, and is generating enough passive income where he doesn't have to worry about, paying his bills or how he's going to support his lifestyle. It's just simply as that, and very cool guy. You can go to brianelwood.net and get more information about him. Chris Crone is another mentor of mine, and he retired at age 26. It's well known. He has plenty of YouTube videos out there, and you can plug into him and go to chriscrone.com, learn his entire story, and just realize that he started out just like you. He started out working, and he was going to school to be a doctor, and then dropped out of school got a job as in a boiler room, basically, answering phone calls and closing people, and realized that he needed to start his own thing, and so he's made hundreds of millions of dollars in real estate. Dan Lok, again, started out single parent, poor, didn't have much going for him. He didn't speak English that well. He just kind of struggled his way in, but he was very driven. That was the thing about Dan. Dan was very driven. So were all these guys. They were very driven about what they wanted. Okay, and so Dan met a mentor and negotiated his way into getting mentored from this one guy, and then the rest is history. He started making income and generating passive income with his what he calls high income skill. So you can get more about him at danlok.com. So all three of these guys have websites that you can get more information. Their information is not locked up, and it's very available to many people out there. So I have a lot of the cash flow strategies in this book, so you need to get a free digital copy by going to retireyounger.us/call. Alright, so these are the 3 stages that you need to go through in order to make this passive income goal manifest in your own life. Okay, so these are the steps, these are the action steps that you need to take. The first thing is you need to have a clear reason why. You need to have that desire, because if you don't have that desire, any obstacle that comes in your way is going to stop you. It's going to just stop you dead in your tracks. So if you don't have that reason why you're doing something, then you're going to stop and you're never going to get there. Okay, so I'm going to give you a tool in the next slide on how to set this vision for your future. Your vision for your future. That's the thing that drives these guys, right? The vision for your future, so that no matter what the obstacle is, you're going to have a way around that. You're just going to push through it, right? All right. So the next step is to build or acquire a passive income investment. So you're going to learn how to build or acquire cash flow investment income. In other words, passive income. So what type of cash flow income do you what gives you passive income? And so the way I look at it is passive income is not being passive. It's about getting investments that are paying you on a passive basis, right? So there is some work involved to get a passive income, right? It's not like you just say, okay, I want to turn on passive income. The passive income starts coming in. No, you have to put some action. You have to make some investments so that you have those cash flowing assets paying you every month, and that's where it becomes passive. All right, so royalties. So like on YouTube, right? When people make YouTube videos and they turn on their ads, and those ads are then giving them a monthly residual income, well, that's a passive income stream, okay? And so not everybody's talented on the camera. Obviously, I'm not very talented on the camera. I do a lot of ums and ahs, and I do apologize about that, but it's just me, all right? So that's one way of generating a passive income, and there's a lot of different methods for doing this online. You can do affiliate marketing. You can develop your own product or service that you sell on a monthly basis. You can do a SaaS company, a software as a service company, and those pay monthly residuals. So there's lots of opportunities online for you to generate a passive income or royalties. The other thing is cash flow real estate. This is the method I prefer because it's the entry point to passive cash flow. Real estate is very, very low. Basically, if you come up with $1,000, you can get started with a passive income real estate investment. And I show you how to leverage other people's money or private money, right? how to leverage other people's money, private money, to invest in real estate, and then basically have somebody else pay that private investor back over time, and you make a little bit of income on top of that. So that's one way. You can invest in notes. Notes are mortgage notes. Every time a real estate transaction is made where the buyer doesn't have 100% of the cash to buy the property, a note is created. A payment note, a promise to pay note, is created, and so it divides up the number of the number of months that payments are going to be made to make the deal whole, right? And those payments there's a certain amount that they give every month, and there's a certain interest rate that they pay every month. And so you can buy these notes at a discount, much bigger discount than you can buy traditional real estate, and makes money that way. You already have automatic cash flow coming into that because the person's making payments every month. Now, with notes, the key is to do your due diligence, not only on the note, but on the payer, right, the person paying it, and the property itself. So you have to have all of these aspects. You have to look at the term of the note, you have to look at the property, and you have to look at the payer. And if all those check off and are good, then you offer to buy that note at a discount. And the reason why they sell notes at a discount is because they need the cash now, right? They need the cash, the lump sum of cash now. And so what you can do is you can buy these notes, and you use private money investor, right? Capital, and you buy the note and you pay the private money investor over time, and you pay yourself back over time as well through the monthly payments. So both of the systems allow you to get residual cash flow. The other thing that you can do is buy businesses. Businesses naturally cash flow because they're set up to make money. Now, not every business is the same, okay? So some businesses make a lot of profit, and some businesses make very little profit. And so you need to weed out the ones that are getting good profits, and then you can acquire those businesses. And there's 2.5 million businesses up for sale. A lot of these businesses have been in business for over 10 years, and the reason why they're up for sale is because the owner is deciding that he's going to move into retirement. So these are great opportunities for you, and you can also buy these with none of your own capital. You can use private money as well. So that's one of the keys to my book, is that we teach you how to go out and find private money investors and partners. Alright, so then you have cash flow coming in the stage 3, you're going to automate the entire process. You're going to syndicate the entire process so that your portfolio is constantly growing, and your monthly income, your residual passive income, grows month by month by month, year by year by year. And so we show you how to use other people's time and other people's money to do that. So that's the strategy in a nutshell. And obviously I can't go over everything in this short little video, which is getting long right now. But if you want to learn more about the system, go to retireyounger.us/call. You'll see the URL at the bottom of the screen. Alright, so here's the first step to the first stage of this entire process, okay? So the first step was to know why, right? Why you're doing this. And so I want you to write yourself a letter talking about your ideal day. I want you to write the emotions you'll feel when you know that your bills are going to be paid every month, and that you don't have to worry about your income ever falling below a certain level, all right? Because that passive income is going to grow over time. And what relationships do you want to build? Where do you want to go? Do you want to travel? Do you want to develop a skill like drawing or painting or reading or public speaking? Or who do you want to help? Family members? Is it your community? Do you want to build a tribe, as they say? What is it that you ultimately want, right? Right? what are some of the luxuries that you want in your life, right? Or maybe the house or the boat, right? That sits there and doesn't get much use, or maybe you use it every single day. I don't know. It's up to you. Maybe it's that nice car that you drive around town. Whatever it is, whatever motivates you that, yeah, this is what I want. This is what I want. That's what you need to put in this letter, because that's going to be the driving force to push you forward when you hit those obstacles, when you hit the winters of your life. Those are the things that are going to say, dang it, I'm going to get out there and do something. All right, so next is you need to set up a plan to reach your goal. So you got your goal, right? You got that letter. This is what I want to achieve. Now reverse engineer it. What do I need to do this year in order to make this happen? And then you're going to break it down to daily goals, right? And each month you're going to have monthly goals, and then you have daily tasks, daily goals that you're going to set for yourself. And so this is the list here. I'm not going to read through it, but basically you're going to set your vision statement, and this is what it looks like when you write it out in a Word document or Google Docs or whatever. You can put your goals for 2019, right? My goals for 2019 is to do X, Y, Z. That's your vision statement, right? And then you can put the date on it, December 31st, 2019. Then you're going to reverse engineer it. This is what I need to do. These are my goals for the next month, right? So you can put 3 goals down there. You're going to put your daily income goals, so that if you put a specific amount of money that you want to make this year, then reverse engineer it. How much do I have to make per day? How much do I have to make per month in order to achieve that goal? And so the idea is not to achieve that goal, but to stretch yourself so that you can achieve those goals. All right? So then you put the daily tasks. So if I do these tasks, it's going to get me these income goals. So just pick 3 tasks maybe every day that you're going to do. And so most of us have 2 to 3 hours a day. 3 to 4 hours a day that we can do something, right? If we work in a full-time job. Some of us have more time than that. So depending on how much time you have, it depends on how much time you're going to put towards these goals. Okay. So you're going to write that down. You're going to put a time limit on those goals, on those tasks every day. So you could have an hour-long task, a 2-hour-long task, whatever it is, to fill up that schedule. And then you're going to have bullet points of the subtask of that major process, right? So it's calling up leads, calling up private money investors, calling up, different experts in your field, whatever it is. You need to do that. You need to get more leads in, or to get more sellers on the phone. Whatever it is, whatever's going to help you achieve that goal. So you're going to set that. And then you're going to set up your Trello. Trello is a free app that allows you to set up boards. And on these boards you can put, cards, what they call cards, or little tasks. And so you can set up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And you can put your task on this board. So it's just a way to organize yourself and to make sure that you can check off a list every day to know that you achieve these tasks. Alright, so that's about it. If you haven't set up the call already, go to retireyounger.us/call. There's nothing to buy on these calls. It's just a discovery call where we're getting to know where you are in your timeline, right? Where are you in your progress towards your goal, which is, having that passive income replace your active income. So what stage are you at? You're just beginning, you have some capital saved up, you have some investments. Where are you in that timeline? And then I'm going to give you a personalized game plan on how to go to the next step, on how to get to your ultimate goal, right? And so having clarity and a clear vision of where you want to go is the most important thing. And so we can give you strategies and techniques in which you can implement into your daily life so that you can achieve those goals and make it happen for you. So no matter what season you're in right now, whether you're in spring, summer, fall, or winter, I know that this information is going to help you out. And just remember that everything's a cycle, everything's a process, and that you can get unstuck and move to the next step. Get to your spring, right? Start planting those seeds, protect it in the summer, and in the wintertime, reap that harvest and prepare for winter again. All right, so that's it in a nutshell. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next video.